In the quaint village of Eldenbrook, nestled between rolling hills and verdant fields, lived a group of mischievous children, renowned for their knack for getting into trouble. Among them were the adventurous Max, the ever-curious Lily, and the witty yet sometimes reckless Tom. These three friends were inseparable, and were always on the lookout for their next great adventure, much to the chagrin of the village elders. One bright summer's morning, as the sun painted long shadows over the cobblestone streets, the trio gathered by the ancient oak tree. That was where Tom, with a mischievous glint in his eyes, shared his latest idea. "I heard old Mr. Hargrove's orchard is ripe with apples," he revealed with a teasing whisper, knowing well that the orchard was off-limits due to Mr. Hargrove's notorious temper. Driven by the thrill of the forbidden, Max and Lily nodded eagerly. The plan was simple. They would sneak into the orchard at dusk, fill their satchels with apples, and be gone before anyone was the wiser. As the day wore on, their excitement grew, but so did their reluctance. Tom's plan, after all, had a streak of risk about it that even they couldn't ignore. As the sun dipped and the sky blushed with hues of pink and orange, the three made their way to the orchard, hearts pounding with adrenaline. However, unbeknownst to them, Mrs. Collins had seen them. Mrs. Collins, a sharp-eyed neighbor, had seen them plotting earlier under the oak, and had warned Mr. Hargrove. Upon reaching the orchard, Max, Lily, and Tom were stealthy as cats. But just as they picked their first apple, a stern voice cut through the still night air. "A bit late for harvesting, don't you think?" Mr. Hargrove emerged from the shadows, his lantern casting a flickering light. Panic-stricken, the children froze. Caught red-handed, the trio was taken to the village square the following morning to face the elders. They were asked to explain their actions, and in their mumbled apologies, they revealed their motivation. "We only wanted to taste the apples no one ever gets to touch." In a surprising twist, instead of the scolding they expected, the elders decided on a fitting punishment. The children were tasked with helping Mr. Hargrove in his orchard for the rest of the season. As they worked under the warm sun, not only did they come to value the fruits of the labor, but they also discovered the true treasure was not the apples themselves. The true treasure was the stories shared, and the lessons learned alongside the gruff, yet surprisingly wise Mr. Hargrove.